And let's.
See a shadow on the wall. How could it be standing tall? Guess the shape, that's the frame. Play this fun little game. Who's that figure in the dark? Mystery leaves a mark. Outline tells a hidden truth. Who is hiding in the proof? Silhouettes in the night, guessing the mystery right. Who is it I'm gonna find? Guess the shadow on my mind. Could it be a friend or foe, standing there in shadows glow? Is it someone that I knew? Silhouette shows just a clue. Tracing lines with my eyes, shake that holds a sweet surprise. Guess again, try to see who's this shadow gonna be. In the dark where lights don't reach, silhouettes they start to teach. Every curve and every line, gonna crack this case just fine. Oh! Silhouettes in the night, guessing the mystery right. Who is it I'm gonna find? Guess the shadow on my mind. Could it be a friend or foe, standing there in shadows glow? Is it someone that I knew? Silhouette shows just a clue. Tracing lines with my eyes, shake the holds a sweet surprise. Guess again, try to see who's this shadow gonna be. In the dark where lights don't reach, silhouettes they start to teach. Every curve and every line, gonna crack this case just fine. Oh! Or is it I'm gonna find? Get the shadow on my mind.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Silhouette Game. I'm not sure how long we're going to be on this time. Hopefully, we are on for the entire time. Our internet is down a little. We do have Alpha Proto here with us again, still. Sorry about that. So for some of you may know, things got dropped. Let's pop out the chat and let's get the chat in here so people can see who's guessing what and what's guessing who. Can somebody guess a who? Can I what guess a who? I don't know. Anyways. Did that work? I think so.
I think so.
For the chat, I'll type hi.
But you may have lost your viewers that were here.
Yeah. Well. I'm not sure how many viewers we would have had at that point. Let's see. Pop out.
Well, it's right at the 15-minute point.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So that is not good. Well, it was right before the 15-minute point that my net went down, and then of course. There we go. So yeah, hopefully we are connected for however long. I was thinking of changing over to my hotspot. I'm here. Are you here? Alpha?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Well, this time we'll give it till about 30 after 8 to 7:30, and then give people 5 minutes to get here. And of course, I need to get my thing up. And you again haven't seen any of these this week, so you will, well, sort of be guessing along with everybody else to what we are seeing. But of course, you
Yep,
get no
that is
points.
correct.
But of course, you get no points.
Oh, well, I'm just here for the company, you know.
Yeah. But how has your week been? I hear you got a lot of snow down there.
Well, it was mostly ice.
Or
And it had a dusting of snow at the top of it after all the ice and sleet had fell,
yeah. Or
and then
what?
it just froze. It just froze and it was a
Yeah.
big block. And then past 2 days, it broke up, and the streets are clear now, so people can drive.
Well, that's good. Or at least you had what you consider a lot of snow.
Yeah,
If you looked outside here, you'd say, "Yeah, it was nothing."
that's absolutely true. I went walking in the ice. It was pretty interesting. I felt like I was on the moon.
Yeah. Or did you feel like you were on the moon or just on a skating rink?
Uh, a really big skating rink, because there's a school next to where I live, and there's a field, and it was just white ice, and I walked on it. So yeah, it was probably like a really huge skating rink
Yeah,
with no walls.
the only reason I say that, of course, is because with the moon, if you jump, you'd get a little height.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And
It was just that no one was out.
yeah, and I don't think if you jumped while you were on the ice and came down, you would like that. Where if on the moon, I don't think it would hurt that much if you once you came down from your jump.
No, I probably just bounce.
Yeah. Where if you're on a skating rink, if you jump up and then you jump down, if you're lucky enough to land on your feet and stay on your feet, probably not so bad. But probably if you're jumping up and then you're coming down, depending on how high you jump and how hard you come down, you're probably your feet are probably gonna go out from under you, and you're gonna end up on your rear end, and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I slipped a little bit like today, because there's still ice on like my porch, and that would have been embarrassing. I almost did the splits.
Well, if you want to get it off, what it's probably not the exact same here, but probably if you took some table salt and threw it out on it, it would take it out, the ice.
Aha.
Because we have
But I don't,
we have road salt here, which are big chunks of salt, so probably not the same type of salt, but probably similar.
well, I don't have to worry about it now.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's mostly gone. Gone, but not forgotten.
Unfortunately. Although you guys had a pretty big snowstorm there a couple years ago in Texas too, right? 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. People lost power, uh, and pipes burst.
Yeah. And hello, Joshua. Joshua is here. He might actually get some points tonight. Well, he got some points last time, but he did manage to come in second place. He got 10 points, and Outcast got 11 last week. So,
Oh, well, it was better turnout than the week before.
no, I think you're thinking last week was the bad turnout. with the view.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
But hello, Joshua. We will be starting in less than a minute. Well, probably now because we did get thanks to my internet disconnected for a bit. Hopefully that does not happen again. So we are starting a little bit later than what we had planned. So, anyways, it is 7:30, and it's time to get your silhouette on. Okay, I'm not sure
Yep.
whether that makes any sense.
Welcome to the silhouette game. Oh, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna read the thing. Welcome to the silhouette game. Get ready, chat, because it's time to test those eyes and instincts. We're about to show you a mysterious silhouette on screen, and your mission is simple. Guess what it is? But there's a twist. You only get one guess. No do-overs. No second chances. Type carefully, think fast, and trust your gut. Will you nail it instantly? Or will the shadow throw you off completely? Let's find out. Ready, chat? Here comes your first silhouette.
Yes, it's time to transform into this game. Here we go. Round 1. Don't fight. So, how hard do you think this one is going to be for people? This is your first time seeing this one. Are you pretty sure you know what character this is?
Yes, but there's a... It could be a trick. Because there's like... I think there's 3 other characters who look like that.
Yes, but this is round 1. I'm not most likely going to play those tricks in round 1. Those tricks are left for later rounds, usually.
That's true. But you can never be too sure.
True.
That's why they call you Tricky Rick.
Tricky Ricky?
Yep, Tricky Ricky.
Hey, Joshua, are you making a guess for this round? Are you still here, Joshua? Joshua says Optimus Prim. Prme. Is that how, would that be Prim? Obviously, he means awesome. Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out. And since it seems like Joshua is the only one here, I will tell Joshua that he is absolutely correct. It is Optimus Prime. Yes, and this is G1. This is Transformers G1 associated. So it could be from the comic books, cartoons, maybe some video games that revolve around G1. I think there's a couple. Yeah. So Generation 1, so that's, you're looking at the 1985 cartoon, 83, the 1980s cartoon, and the one movie that was made from it, of course, and the comic books and all that came out of it, and all the various toys surrounding it. So it can be anything out of those for this episode dealing with Transformers. I probably should have put Transformers G1 in the title, and I probably will change that later. So anyways, yes, so let's roll out to round 2. Do we think we got round 2? You think you're going to get round 2?
Yeah, it should be easy. I mean, it's round 2.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Round 2.
See, now that one's not as tricky as the first one.
So you say you would know who this character is?
Yep, absolutely.
So right now we are just waiting for Joshua to make his guess, and he did. I don't think there's anybody else here to make a guess at the moment. So who would you say this is?
I would say it is Megatron, voiced by Frank Welker.
And you would be mega correct. It is Megatron, Gun Megatron to be precise. The best only in real Megatron. Okay, maybe he's been in a tank a couple times in the G1 version. So I'll take a tank. I'll take a tank.
No, I don't think he's ever been a tank in G1, except for
Uh,
the toys.
there was a cartoon, or not a comic book based on G1 where he was made into a tank. Although I think it was called Generation 2, but it was based on.
See, that's Gen 2 then.
But it was based on Generation 1, so I did say Generation 1, whatchamacallit, associated. So I would consider that comic book Generation 1 associated. Just like I would consider Beast Wars or Beast Machines Generation 1 associated. Now, that's not saying I used them. I'm just saying I would consider them. Especially if we did, a part 2 to this later on. But then again, we could do other versions of Transformers later on. So
That sounds complicated.
yeah, I know it could be, couldn't it? All other versions of Transformers other than Generation 1, G1. Anyways, that was round 2. So let's see whether anybody can hit their target in round 3. Now we are in round 3. Any idea who this might be?
Uh, that's tough.
Ooh.
Maybe the angle.
So again, we are waiting on Joshua and maybe anybody else in the crowd that might have an idea that's here. But right now we only know of Joshua being here. So Joshua is leading. Oh, and that is something I've forgotten to do the last 2 rounds. I forgot to record Joshua having won those couple of rounds. So we will do that right now. Josh, and Joshua has input his answer for round 3. He is believing it is Bumblebee. Would you agree with that assessment or disagree with it, Alpha?
It's maybe like if I could see his head, I would know. But the feet do remind me of Bumblebee.
Okay, so the feet remind you of Bumblebee, but so are you saying that you would agree with this assessment or disagree?
Well, it could be Ironhide,
So
but
which
I'll
one?
say Bumblebee because of the feet. Yeah.
Well, you would have stung the right place. It is
All right.
Bumblebee.
All right.
Yes,
Good work. Good work.
it is Bumblebee. So Joshua does get first place for round 3 as well. Not that there's anybody else to compete with him for round 3. So I think we should be flying over to round 4 because round 3 just really needs to buzz off. So here we go. Let's see whether we can sting a right answer this time. So, do you think you know who round 3 is? Or round 4, I should say.
Yeah, but once again, it could be tricky. You never know.
Now, this one I definitely agree. It could be tricky because it could be probably one of most likely 3 that we know of for sure that G1 associated characters. Although there are a few other characters that in the comic books that would look similar to those 3 characters. because there are a lot of those type of characters for what they're called. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm probably not giving much away because I think everybody here most likely knows who this is. So, and Joshua comes in saying Starscream. Would you agree with that assessment?
Well, since we're just starting off and that's number 4, I think that's a good guess.
Yes. And it is Starscream. And yes, of course, the other two that could have been easily was Skywarp or Thundercracker. Almost as famous, and they would have a very similar look. I think what the only thing that would be different on either of them is the head. Otherwise, well, and the coloring, of course.
Of course.
But
they're also known as the Seekers.
Yeah. And there are a lot of Seeker robots that look exactly like them, just different color schemes, and again, different heads. So, I came across a lot of them in looking up materials for this that I could have easily put in there and fooled anybody, but this is round 4, so I didn't really want to trick too much. These are pretty basic ones so far. So, anyways,
yeah, you don't want to trick people right off the bat, and then be like, okay, I can't trust this guy. This isn't fun.
Yeah.
And then everyone just leaves.
So let's scream on over to another round 5, and see whether we see stars or not in round 5. No, that really probably didn't make any sense, but who cares? Anyways, round 5.
Whoa.
Any ideas on who this might be?
Yeah. Okay. I think I know. It took me a second.
Yeah.
That silhouette's pretty. It's not very common.
Yeah, definitely would not be common. Of course, we're waiting for Joshua or anybody else in the chat to respond for round 5 to see whether they can know who this character is.
Okay, now I think I'm wrong now.
Just because I did a music which has nothing to do with this.
Oh boy. No, I was like, I had an idea of who it could be, so I looked it up and I was like, that's not it.
Ah.
Or is it? I don't know. Maybe it's an angle thing.
Well, Joshua is probably out there trying to figure it out too. Since he didn't seem to come up with the answer fairly quickly. You can always say, I have no idea, Joshua, if you want to, but of course, I would say try at least some character. You can only be wrong, but you could be right and get, the 3 points. Then again, maybe Outcast can come in here and snag the points. Joshua tonight could easily catch up to Outcast, since Outcast does not seem to be here yet.
I'm still trying to figure out who it is.
I thought this might be an easy one, but I can see how it could be a hard one. So, Joshua, are you still here? Are you just trying to figure out who this might be. Do we think we're gonna need some sort of timer for this one?
Maybe.
Yeah, because we might need that 30-second countdown. Let's see. Okay, hopefully this goes in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It would just be a guess.
Okay, here we go. 30-second countdown. Unfortunately, it's going over alpha.
No problem.
Three, two, one. And I'll give out an extra 5 seconds just because of YouTube delay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have nothing from Joshua. So I guess he did not guess. And this was Wheeljack.
Wheeljack.
Oh,
How's- What?
he said it he wrote it hit the enter just as I said it, just after I as I was taking off the thing. So I'm gonna give it to him because his internet is not as good as yours.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna presume he
Yeah,
got that without
Yeah, that spike on his back threw me off,
yeah, well,
or whatever that is.
yeah, yeah, it's his missile launcher.
Yep, that's what got me. I think those are the doors on his back.
Yeah, his car doors.
Yeah, they looked like wings. That threw me off too.
Yeah. So Joshua's all jacked up now that he got that one. He says, "I got it" in the chat. So
Mhm.
I guess we got to wheel over to round 6 out of round 5. So here goes. You obviously did not get that one. You had no idea who
Nope.
it is. Who were you thinking it was at first?
At first, I thought it was Swoop, and then I thought Hound.
Ah. Okay. Here goes round 6. Let's see whether you can get jacked into it.
Interesting. This is tough. And what round is this again?
Round 6.
Wow.
I thought it'd be a lot easier. Maybe it's the poses I'm grabbing. I didn't grab just static poses that you can see everything or a lot. Not sure how to say it. So do you have any idea how this might be? But then again, how well do you know your Transformers from Generation 1?
I know a few.
If you.
Oh, I know who it is now. I think I know who it is.
Of course, we are waiting on Joshua to see whether he knows or whether he wants me to play that countdown again. Although we got to give him a couple minutes. Oh, and well, Joshua is coming up with an answer. We'll get his name down for round 5.
Yeah. I just I think I got the non-transforming version of this for Christmas, and the legs just gave it away for me.
Ah,
The boots or whatever.
well, Joshua is saying it is Prowl. Would you agree with that assessment?
No.
And who are you thinking this is?
I think it's Jazz.
Well, I guess we're gonna see who's right about now. See who's got the Jazz and see who's on the Prowl. And it would be
Uh-huh.
Joshua. Joshua
Oh
is
man.
on the
Oh man.
Prowl.
They're so
Alpha.
similar though.
Alpha does not have the Jazz tonight.
No, not today. Cause the boot, I mean, the wheel or whatever that is, really reminded me of Jazz's. Plus, Jazz has the doors on his back, and he
Yeah.
has a blaster.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
I
a
was
lot
like,
of the cars have very similar features in the Autobots. So, Joshua is like, wow. I don't think he thought he was going to get that.
they're so similar. But Jazz is a Porsche, and I don't know what that's supposed to be.
He's some sort of police car, so, But from where, who knows?
They didn't look that fancy in the 80s, though.
Yeah.
Police cars, they were kind of boxy, from what I remember.
Well, it depends where in the 80s, too. Like, if you take, like, Roscoe's car, yeah, Roscoe from the Dukes of Hazzard was definitely boxy.
Yep.
But a big city one might not be so boxy.
Well, I remember Ghostbusters. In that movie, they were all boxy and
Yeah.
flat.
So what was your wow to, Joshua? And anyway, so I guess we're done with round 6. Let's prowl over onto round 7 and see whether anybody has Jazz there.
Hmm.
Now these are actually well, although Joshua's oh the wow was see Alpha getting one wrong. Technically, he got 2 wrong. He didn't know the one before that too. 2 in a row. Hey, Outcast! Outcast is here, and he is going Ironhide for round 7.
I never really watched the show that much.
Ah.
My older brother watched the show.
Well, some
What?
of these are taken from the show, and some of these are taken, probably more, taken from some profile sheets done more recently, I'll admit, on them, but they are the G1 characters and how they looked in the cartoon. So, they're just updated drawings, if you will. But they're official drawings too, I believe so. Like by Dreamwave or something like that. Dreams, one of the IDW or whatever. So Joshua, Joshua is coming in with Ironhide. Do you have any idea who this might be? Are you going with their assessment, or are you taking on a whole new answer yourself, Alpha?
Yeah, I'll go with what they say. Ironhide.
Well, you know what? You should have had the Ironhide to choose a different answer. It's Ratchet,
Right.
the medic.
It is Ratchet. It's very Ratchet.
So he was of course, the medic of the Autobots. He was fixing everybody up.
Yep.
Oh, and
Oh, I
Joshua.
see that they censored the red crosses.
That was that round 7 or round 8 that we just did? That was round 7. Okay, so
Yep. The organization, the Red Cross, is going kind of wild, and they're not letting people use Red Crosses.
well, the cross is there. You can see it on the shoulder. It's just not colored in.
Yeah, they don't let them use Red Crosses anymore. They threaten copyright on anything with a Red Cross.
Well, they would have to, I guess, make sure it's supposed to be them, because I think there's a country that has, shall we say, a red plus sign on it.
Yeah.
That's just their thing.
Well, there's a video game called Skullgirls, and one of the characters had Red Crosses on her, and she was dressed as a nurse. And
Yeah.
the Red Cross organization went after them and told them to change it. So the first thing they did was change all the crosses and turn them magenta instead of red. And then that wasn't enough, so they turned them all into star shapes instead.
Ah. Okay, that's just weird.
I know.
Maybe they
that's
just
when I
didn't like
found
the
out about that.
maybe they just didn't like the character or whatever. I'm not sure
No,
what the
they
character.
don't want people putting red crosses on anything. They don't want association with. I guess they're just protecting their copyright.
Yeah. Although you wouldn't really think that you'd be able to do much about a red cross being copyrighted. You know, I'm not sure whether that should be able to be copyrighted. And Joshua started bringing up my point. How do you copyright such a generic shape? Maybe it's because of the color too, but even
Yeah, it's the color too.
the shape and the color, but still, a generic color, one of the primary colors and thing. And you would think it would have to be the red with the white background. Of course, a nurse's outfit is usually that color. And I think that's the way that a lot of nurses in old, like old movies and all that, had the red and white or whatever, with the Red Cross or whatever. Not that it meant like the Red Cross organization back then, but just because, medical symbol, it sort of became. Although I did recently, well, just over a year ago, I did get my CPR course through them. So,
Oh, but yeah, I think that you won't see any red crosses on the newer stuff either.
yeah.
The newer ratchets. Because I think that's why.
Yeah, very possible. So I guess we need to ratchet over to round 8 and see who needs fixing up. So we are on round 8. Just finished Ratchet. Who do you think this might be? Or do you have any idea?
Wow. Right now, I don't have any idea.
Yeah, it's amazing how they got big. Well, it's because they become such a big an organization, probably, that they're able to do it and just You know, because they're in so many countries too. So, you know, I guess countries have just agreed or whatever. They
Hmm.
talked a little
I'll have
bit
to look
about.
it up.
I know they did talk a little bit about in my CPR course. They did talk a little bit about the history of the Red Cross and all that. Outcast is guessing Dinobot. Like
Oh, from Beast
Dinobot.
Wars, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you meant. Dinobot from Beast Wars.
Hmm. Bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Dinobots turns into a velociraptor.
Yes, he does.
Hmm.
Now the question is Joshua gonna follow suit? Or does Joshua have his own ideas of who this character might be? And everybody, if you can make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out to get some more people in here to participate, it would be very much appreciated. Because, of course, we do have Outcasts, as I was mentioning earlier, on their other part of this, that Outcast is in the lead with 76 points. He got 11 last week. Joshua got 10, putting him into second place, uh, putting him up above Fitzjozo and Raul, thus bumping Fitzjozo down to third place and Raul down to fourth place on the leaderboard. I wonder whether we'll be able to expand the leaderboard at any point up to 5 players.
We shall see.
Okay, Joshua, are you answering or not? Should I put up the? I might put up the that thing, just to the 30-second countdown. Okay, so here goes. If we can get it up here, there we go. 30 seconds on the clock. And of course, that's me making the noise, not the ticker.
How do you make the countdown clock? What is that? What kind of file is that?
Oh, that's a gift that I downloaded.
Oh, it's a GIF. Okay.
We have Tim here guessing hoist. And hello, Tim, how are you? So I'll give you 5 more seconds, Joshua, just because of the delay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it. Yeah, I realized that was your guess, Tim. And you hoisted up the right answer. I forgot to ask you who you thought it was.
Oh, I had no clue.
Yeah, I don't think you would have guessed hoist. Well, I could ask you whether you were going to go with Outcast or Tim. So Tim does get round 8.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Dinobot.
So Tim, you got a first place. Are you happy? And you're the only one to place in that round.
But yeah, Dinobot doesn't have wheels. That clearly had wheels.
Well, let's see whether Tim can hoist another good answer for round 9 while we drive over there. So here we are, round 9. We're hoisting up the answer, the silhouette. We're hoisting up the silhouette. Yeah. So, any clue as who this might be, Alpha?
Uh, y- I, I think so, but the angle's really weird.
Well, it is a character jumping up towards you, so if that helps. Tim says Wind Charger. Now we just need to see whether Outcast come up with an answer and Joshua. So do you have any fond memories of Transformers watching it or whatever? I know that I think you were saying your brother watched it more than you, your older brother.
Yeah, yeah. My older brother watched it. I remember he got some Transformers. My older brother's got Transformers for Christmas. I remember Jazz and oh, I don't was it Jazz? Yeah, it was probably Jazz. And then my other brother, he got a few. I think he got Megatron or Galvatron. I don't
Sort
know.
sort of the same character. Megatron and
Yep,
Galvatron.
but it was different. It was different years.
Yeah, well,
I just remember like
Megatron got turned into Galvatron, thanks to
yeah.
the movie.
I just know that the first few years of my life, like the earliest Christmases, I just remember Transformer toys.
Ah. So it looks like we might have lost Joshua because he's not making any guesses anymore, it seems. So that's sad. But unfortunately, nobody look at the feet. Yes, look at the feet, Tim. Because you have charged the wrong answer. There is no win behind your answer, and Outcast has just jumped off the cliff with his answer. This is, I believe it's Braun or Huffer. I'm pretty sure
I don't
Huffer.
know.
No, Braun. No, I'm pretty sure it's Braun. I know it's one of those two. And if I looked, I could find out for sure. So, Joshua guessed, but too late, of course. And it didn't really matter because he got Bulkhead, and again, no Bulkhead. I don't even think Bulkhead. I don't think there was a Bulkhead in Generation 1 or associated with it.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
So, no points for round 9. So, we're going to have to brawn up and huffer into round 10. I don't know how that made any sense at all, but
It didn't.
I said it anyways. Anyway, so round 10. Let's see whether people are fast enough to get this one. Any clues on who it might be? Or any idea,
Um,
I should say? Or
mm, I have a guess, but I'm not sure it would be correct or not. I don't think it would be correct.
you don't think it is correct? Let's see. And yes, there is a character in Transformers called Huffer. He was part of Generation 1. He was in the original set of Autobots. He was a small one like Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, and Brawn, and all that. Topics, Season 2, Transformers. Let me open this photo. Yeah, that was Brawn, not Huffer. The one that was in the previous thing.
Oh no, what are you going to do?
Oh! Is that your guess for this one, Huffer, Tim? And then, do we have a guess from Outcast or Joshua? Uh, so you remember Transformer, just getting a lot of Transformers, or everybody getting Transformers growing up as a kid at the Christmas and birthdays?
Well, we didn't get a lot of them. I just remember getting them.
Ah, okay.
I think the last ones that we got were the Pretenders.
Oh, yeah.
That was like one of the last lines before they started to phase out a lot of Transformers.
Yeah. Well, for one of my birthdays, I think it was my birthday, I got, no, or was it Christmas? It might have been Christmas. I got Omega Supreme.
Wow, that's like huge, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
It's
needed
like
for the one part of it to go around the tracks, the body part. There was actual batteries to put in it, so it would move around, and the
golly,
lights would come on and all that.
that's insane. We,
Outcast says, "I'll go with Tim on this one." And Tim responds, "Don't! I might be wrong."
I've got to
Okay.
look up the commercial for that.
Omega Supreme.
Yeah,
So, are you sticking with your one? It's okay, Tim. I don't know who it is. It's okay. I don't know who it is, Tim. And Joshua doesn't seem to be guessing, although with him saying bulk ahead, I know he's here. Are you going to guess yes or no, Joshua? Or just put in your guess?
wow, that is a cool toy. And what's going on? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, Outcast said, I will go with Tim on this one. And then Tim replied, don't. I might be wrong. And then Tim's Outcast replied, it's okay. I don't know who it is, Tim. And
Oh,
Joshua is taking Tim's answer from the last time. And he is probably the closest because I did give everybody a hint, but nobody got it. I
eh,
said, you have to be
I think it's
fast. Fast. Oh, do you have any ideas who this might be?
oh, now I think I'm wrong because
Who?
you're giving away the hint, and my hint, what I was about to say, is nothing like the hint you were just giving.
Okay. Well, what were you thinking?
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna say Grimlock, but
You're right.
I,
It's not
I,
Grimlock. Yes, my hint
oh,
was gonna be, my hint was I said you just got to be fast on this one, and of course, who is the fastest Autobot out there? None
Blur.
other but Blur.
Hmm, that was tough. That was very difficult. These angles, these crazy angles, is hiding the character.
So Too late, Outcast. Too late. Outcast put Blur there. But maybe he's just referring to my question of who is the fastest Autobot? Well, maybe even the fastest Transformer, just in general.
Could have
So,
said Sunstreaker, but I don't even know if that's a real Transformer. Let me go check.
yes, that is. He is one of the original Autobot cars. Red, I believe. No, oh no, yellow. The blue blur, says Joshua. So, anyways, let's make round 10 a real blur and get on to round 11 real fast.
Okay. Wait, I've
See.
got to answer the door. Well, who is that?
Is somebody at the door? Door. It's round 11, and it's up to you to guess. Can you get it? Are you hooked with the answer on this one? And that's not really a hint because you see a hook there. And if you can't see the hook, I don't know what's wrong with you. Do, 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 do. So, Tim, any guesses? Or Joshua? Now, with a hook, I know who you might be thinking, and that could be right or it could be wrong. I am not telling you that one way or another, Tim. You have to decide for yourself whether you think it is or not.
I have returned,
Ah.
and I have no idea who this is.
Well, Outcast has guessed Ultra Magnus. Tim has asked, "Is that a combiner?" And I told him, "I'm not telling him whether it is or not. He has to decide for himself whether he thinks it is and make his guess based on what he thinks one way or the other." And Outcast says, "Damn it, is that Devastator?" And I did point out the hook on this character, and obviously that's not a hint. It's right there in front of you. If you can't see it, that's your problem.
What? I thought it was a scorpion tail.
Well, it's still a hook, right? Scorpion tail. It hooks.
We shall see.
Tim is going Rampage. Are you guessing, Joshua? And I was thinking they might think one of two characters, and it could have been one of two of them. Are you? Well, you said you have no idea at this point. I'm just waiting for Joshua to tell me whether he think who he thinks it may be, or whether he's guessing or not.
You know, it just hit me that the name Sunstreaker is kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I mean, like, Sounds like someone who streaks in the sun.
Well, Sunstreaker makes streaks. Well, that would be Joshua guesses Hook, and that would be close. But unfortunately, Joshua, you have the wrong side. This is an Autobot, not a Decepticon. And no, Tim, now it is not a. I will tell you now, it is not a combiner. And with those few clues, although you're on, so it doesn't matter. Any ideas who it might be then, Alpha? Before
Who?
reveal?
No, no guesses.
Okay. And it is something that everybody was grappling with. It is Grapple.
I've never heard of Grapple.
I believe that's Grapple, not Inferno. Let me double check. Doo-doo. Oh, I didn't put him in here.
Not really a reoccurring character, you know.
Yeah, that was Grapple. Okay, what did I do here? Did it switch? No, we don't want. Okay, so that was round 11, and nobody got it. Outcast was guessing Inferno at the last second, although that would have been a second guess, so it wouldn't have counted if it was right. Tim says he appeared once in the cartoon. Yeah. And like I said, this is G1 associated, so it goes with the cartoon or comic books associated with G1. Although I'll admit the Marvel comic did not really follow the cartoon, but it was still G1, the G1 characters. And of course, we've seen IDW do it, and there has been a couple of video games with those characters. So everybody will have to grapple with the fact that they didn't get this round, and maybe they can grapple onto round 12.
Some interesting shapes.
Yes. So the question is, will people be able to get this one? And we are in the last 5, so we are probably having a little bit more obscure characters. Maybe and I will say also, I should say, with the G1 associated, they could have just been a toy that was made for the G1 line. Maybe they've never appeared in a comic book. Maybe they've never appeared in a TV series or whatever. It could be just one of the toys that was made for that line. And I should have said that earlier. But I think I did say about the toys earlier, so. But just to reiterate, it could be. And they could have been in a comic book too, and I wouldn't have known it. So. So, any guesses from Joshua, Outcast, or Tim?
Number 12.
And I will give a hint for this one, actually. I'll be nice. And one that doesn't need. There is a Marvel character with this character's name. I know it's not a great hint, but it's a hint.
Hmm.
Now everybody's furiously typing Marvel character and Transformers with same name or something like that. Tim says I'm the devil. What do you think? Am I the devil?
No, 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 no.
Okay, I think it's going to be time for a 30-second countdown. Here we go, 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and of course, since there is the delay, we'll do another 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that is it. And Outcast guess Stinger, and that would be unfortunately incorrect. This is Venom. He is a deluxe Insecticon.
Yeah, I would have never got that.
I'm not sure exactly what he transforms into. I actually have him. I think it's him. I've got one of the deluxe Insecticons, and I think it's him. So, unfortunately, nobody got anything that round. You know, I didn't think Transformers was going to be so hard for people.
Oh, there's a
There's a lot of them, you were going to say?
yeah, there's a whole lot of them. So if there was just reoccurring characters, that'd be fine. But sometimes they introduce a new one every episode.
Yeah. Tim saying Falcon. Tim, you're a day late and $1 short. We're on round 13, and since I've only seen Transformers Prime, says Joshua. It's pretty good, Transformers Prime. Anyways, round 13. Let's see whether
Now that's just Prime.
yes. We'll find out whether it is.
Ooh, I think I know who that is. I'll probably be wrong, but I think I know who that is.
Well, we'll have to see whether your guess has fortitude. So now we're just waiting to see whether Outcast, Tim, or Joshua guess. We're here.
It's a standoff.
Well, right now it's Joshua, the big winner of the night, because well, he got here first and he got the first 6 rounds, no problem, or fairly no problem. I think round 6 gave him just a tiny bit of trouble. Tim says a few Insecticons didn't make it into the cartoon. Well, there was 3 main Insecticons that everybody knew about: Bombshell, Shrapnel, and Kickback, which all made it in cartoon. But none of the deluxe Insecticons, I believe, ever made it into the cartoon. So, and all the original Insecticons were basically black and purple. There might have been some yellow in them too, but that was it. Where the deluxe Insecticons had a lot of other colors in them, they were more a little bit brightly colored. Outcast says, I'm going with Soundwave. You think I would do Soundwave at this late in the game? I guess it's possible as a trick one, but I'm not sure whether I'd go with it. Knowing me. But then again, maybe I would too, because I know me that I'm tricky. I'm tricky Ricky sometimes. Tim's going with Soundwave too. But we're just waiting to see whether Joshua is making a guess, and if so, what his guess will. Although he has only seen Transformers Prime, and somehow, I don't think that's helping him. That's really not Prime to help him. Or maybe it is. I gotta throw the confusion in. Are you making a guess or not, Joshua? I just want to know so I can ask Alpha who he thinks it is. And then we can find out who it is. Whether it's Soundwave or some other character. No, he's not guessing. So, who are you thinking this is, Alpha?
I think it's Soundwave.
Well, I'm sorry. You guys just did not have the fortitude for the right answer. This is Fortress Maximus.
Oh, that's a gun. I thought that was the thing on his back.
That is Fortress Maximus, right?
I guess I don't know all these characters. There's so many.
I'm just double checking. I'm just making sure it's not another. Yeah, that's Fortress Maximus. I was just because with that look there, he looked a little bit like Metroplex. So I was just making sure it wasn't Metroplex. But wouldn't matter. They got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong. You thought it was Soundwave.
Yeah. It was an easy mistake.
Soundwave's a little smaller.
It's angles and everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm teasing. Okay. And I didn't give everybody that hint, too. And I did it twice. Well, I did it more once at the thing, but I said fortitude. Fortress, fortitude. Giving hints, people. I'm giving hints. Pay attention to my words. Oh, anyways. Here's round 14. I think people can get this without a hint.
But it's round 14.
Yeah. But I look at this and I knew I probably shouldn't have, but because this, I think there's enough hints on this one, the silhouette, to get who this is. Uh, we got Outcast saying a Devastator. We got Joshua saying Devastator. Tim is saying boo. Boo to who? Boo to what? How far behind are you, Tim? Hey, Raul. Mega Man, yo. No, this is not Mega Man. We are doing Transformers. Mega Man would not fit in with that category. So, you have a chance, Raul. I'm not going to accept that as your answer because I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be or not. We have two Devastators. We have four people in the audience. You can either guess Devastator. Somebody can guess Devastator again and hopefully get third before the other person, or you can guess some other character altogether that you think it might be. If you don't think it is Devastator. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna put up the 30-second countdown because nobody seems to be guessing. There we go. All Tim seems to want to say is boo. Now Tim's finally said Devastator. How far behind are you, Tim? You might need to speed up your thing a little. Okay. Now, well, we have three guesses of Devastator. Unfortunately, Raul has yet to guess again, or I'm not sure whether that was his guess for this in the first place. But we're gonna say the round is ended because Devastator is correct. Is that who you thought it was, Alpha, or did you have any idea?
Oh, I knew it was. I could kind of see the foot shovel.
Yeah, and then of course there's the hook from or the other shovel from I think it's Scrapper, and the Mix Master there. It was so you could see that. So let's see. So we have Outcast with first place, followed by Joshua. And then we have Tim in third place. And we have one more round. Do you think round 15 is going to be devastating to people?
It should be.
It should be devastating to them. Well, here's round
Yes.
15. Do you think you have any clue who this is?
No. Because at first I thought the silhouette was facing to the left, but then I said, wait a second, I think it's facing right. And now I'm just confused. I can't tell how the feet are arranged. Or if those are even feet.
So this silhouette's a little menacing to you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do any sort of stunts growing up or whatever? You know, jump off roofs or stuff like that with you and your brothers?
Oh yeah, I used to like get my bike and ride it across the street.
That's a stunt, just driving your bike across the street.
Well, I'd wait until the cars would show up, and I'd try to get as close as I could
Ah, I guess
without,
that could be
without
it.
them hitting me.
I guess that could.
It was a
definitely-
horrible idea. I was just even thinking about it makes me mad at myself. It's like, what are you doing, kid?
Yeah, I don't think your parents would have been too keen on that stunt.
Well, it's just that I watch all these shows where there's a chase, and then like they just like, oh, I've got to shake this cop or something, and then there's like a train about to go across the track, and then they, you know, jump in front of it and pass it before it hits them, and then they're like, oh, they got away.
Outcast
So I
says.
just kept doing that.
Outcast says Ultra Magnus. Tim is like a stuntaracon. I'm not sure what a stuntaracon is. A stunracon is.
So many Transformers. There's a whole planet of them.
Yes, there is. Tim is saying, I think that was a hint. You think what was a hint? Do you think I gave any hint there, Alpha?
When? I didn't notice.
Well, we'll have to see. Let Tim answer to see when he think I did a. Joshua says Stunticon. Tim says Stunticon. Now, Stunticons are a group of Transformers, so you would have to say a specific one among them if you're thinking them, because there's many Stunticons. Just, it'd be like saying Decepticon or Dinobots or something like that, or Predacon or all Autobots.
It's very broad.
Now, Stunticon, I will admit, narrows it down a little bit from Autobot or Decepticon, but, you know. And I think by saying that, guessing that, I think he's thinking that me asking you about whether you did any stunts as a kid was a hint. Did you think that was a hint?
It wasn't.
I'll actually admit it was.
I knew it.
Now you know it. But they haven't guessed which one, so I'm just waiting for an actual guess. But I'm giving them leeway, Tim and Joshua leeway on that, because they actually narrowed it down. Unfortunately, Outcast said Ultra Magnus, and that's way off from them. So Tim is guessing Breakdown. Outcast is guessing Menacer. Although, unfortunately, like I said, that doesn't count. You guessed Ultra Magnus at this. That's way off. They at least said a Stunticon. So I'm letting them get more specific with their answer. That, although maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm being nice.
Oh, that was your first mistake.
Yeah. So we're just really waiting for Joshua to say a specific one if he wants to say a specific one. Outcast is trying to get his spelling a little bit better and says Menasor. Thinking that he needed a better spelling of the character that he uh was trying to say, and Tim is trying to tell him to shut up. What's like, shh, shh.
Mm.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna give that 30-second countdown for Joshua to find out, to force his hand one way or another. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Oh, we have a third person in here. Hot Rodimus guessing Menasor. Well, that is a good guess. Since I'll give 5 more seconds for Joshua to answer. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Joshua put drag strip, and that would be incorrect, Joshua. And unfortunately, Tim was wrong. As well. It is Menasor, as Outcast thought so, but unfortunately, it doesn't count for him. And Hot Rodimus actually gets it.
Wow. See, you have to wait for the actual Transformer fan to show up on the last one. This would have been a sweep if Hot Rodimus had shown up earlier.
So we'll put Hot here. And
That's so cool, though. That is very cool, Hot Rodimus. You were able to figure it out just from the silhouette.
Well, Outcast could have helped him as well, too, but I'm not sure. But welcome, Hot Rodimus. Thank you for joining us. I do the silhouette game each week. It's a different category each week. Last week we did live action vehicles. Week before that, what was it? The first week it was duos, and 2 weeks ago it was 90s wrestlers, and next week it's gonna be I'm not sure the year yet. I've just got to pick a year off the top of my head. But characters that first came out in a particular year. We're going to go 1985. Characters that first came out in a comic book. Oh, no problem, Hot Rodimus. Hot Rodimus says, sorry, I'm working, laugh out loud. No problem. Yeah, so next week we will be doing comic book characters that first came out in 1985. So that's something to think about. I don't even know what characters will have first come out then, so I'm just picking a sort of a year at random. Of course, it was the year of Crisis of Infinite Earths for DC. I'm not sure what Marvel had going on. And then, of course, there are other comic book universes that would have been around then that maybe we'll choose from. Probably a lot will be from DC and Marvel at that, because those are the big ones. But I do try and go a little off the rails for other companies when I do stuff like that. So did you enjoy the game tonight, Alpha?
Yeah, it was unpredictable.
But for those that did show up late, I'm going to show all the characters that we did have tonight. Starting with round 1. They won't be in their silhouette because, most likely, because we've taken the silhouette off to show the character. So round 1 we had Optimus Prime, almost expect it. If we ever do a round part 2 to this, there will of course not be Optimus on that one. Round,
But it could have been Ultra Magnus.
yeah,
You never know.
yeah, but probably round 1 through 5 will be a little harder because I really did pick the guys that are really famous. You know, like yeah, Prime, Optimus Prime, of course, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream. You know, those have to be the foremost famous Transformers out there. Okay, says, all right, guys, I have a good night. I gotta go get some supplies. See you in the next one. Yeah, won't be set. It'll be like, no, next one won't be till Monday. Because I gotta go pick up some comic books tomorrow, and then Saturday I am off to a con in Toronto, so I won't be able to do I won't be able to do a stream either morning. Maybe I might do something when I get home. I don't know on Saturday, but I doubt it. And
Going to the big city.
yeah, it's only a 1 day con for 5 or 6 hours, something like that. So round 5 was Wheeljack. Round 6 was Prowl. Round 7 was Ratchet. And then we had Hoist. And this is right about where Tim came in. And then we had Brawn. Then we had Blur. Then we had Grapple. And I think pretty much everybody was here. Then we had Venom, one of the deluxe Insecticons. And then Fortress Maximus. And then, of course, we had Devastator. And as everybody here would know, we had Menasor. And I actually gave 2 hints on that one. Because when I asked you whether the silhouette was menacing to you. Menacing, Menasor.
Oh. I mean, like, there's so many menacing characters, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I know you didn't know, but I'm letting you know now. Nobody else picked up on it either. They picked up on the stunt one. But I started asking you about us. Did you do any stunts as a kid?
I don't even understand how they figured that out with the stunt hint.
Yeah, because this character, right? It's made up of 5 characters, but together, the subgroup, they're called the Stunticons. So I asked you about stunts, Stunticon.
Wow, I can't even tell. Oh, okay, I see the arm is a car.
Yeah, they're all they're all the arms and legs are cars. The body is an actual transport truck, sort of like Optimus, called Motormaster, something like that. But I figured I'd grab one of the lesser. Well, he's fairly well known, but I figured I'd grab a lesser known combiner.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've only seen a few episodes.
Yeah. He was introduced. These guys were introduced right after the Aerobots, which are, the Aerobots were the Autobots made planes, because there was no planes on their team beforehand, and they figured, hey, the Decepticons got all these planes. We need guys that can fly. None of the Autobots could really fly except for Optimus a little. So they made the Aerobots. And then the Decepticons, Megatron said, yeah, well, you want to take control of the skies with your Aerobots? we're going to take control of the roads. We're going to create vehicles. No, I shouldn't say vehicles because planes are vehicles, right? We're going to create
Yeah.
cars and stuff like that. And also, they created the Stunticons at that point. That's in the cartoon, anyways.
Yeah, I've got to find the time to watch all of those. I know it's a lot, but
Actually, I have them all on DVD.
cool.
But we've been going about an hour and a half with this. Technically, probably more like 2 hours with the portion that
Technical
didn't.
difficulty.
Yeah. So definitely thanks for coming on. Thanks for everybody out in the chat coming by. Any thing you'd like to promote before we take off?
Nope. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, that's no problem. No problem. Well, thanks everybody for coming by. It was great having everybody here. Again, thank you to Hot Rodimus coming by. Hopefully you've liked and shared and maybe even subscribed to the channel if you weren't already. It's been great having you here. I will be back most likely Monday morning for a draw stream. I know I was supposed to be on today doing stuff on my Insecto book, but thing crashed on me and I realized I hadn't saved, and it brought the page up, and I should have saved it before it closed it to try and bring it up, and because I thought I had saved it, and all the work that I'd done from the last 2 or 3 weeks on Insecto 1 is gone. I gotta start over.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, same here. So I will hopefully be back then. I might try and do some work on it or Monday, catching up before Monday to catch up. So I'll be back Monday morning for that. Go
I
ahead.
just remembered something. Chester Busby. It's drawn and quartered. That's going on right now. People could go there.
Okay, yeah, go over to Chester Busby channel. There is a drawing competition on there called Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition. I'm not sure what the topic is tonight, but go check.
The topic is Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Okay, so
the movie Labyrinth.
Oh, I remember that. I watched that as a kid. That was a long, long time ago.
I never finished it.
I don't remember it, but I do remember seeing all of it. So, anyways, good night, everyone. God bless. Hopefully, we'll see you Monday. And then Monday night, we have Manga Monday, where I'll be drawing up some manga character. I don't know who. I'll probably finish off the one that I was supposed to do this last week that I got too tired to do for what's her name? It was One Piece character anyways. So anyways, we'll catch you then. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day or night, whatever it might be for you.
Have a good weekend.